Early side of things. Y'all haven't seen me here this early. The work day is forever. But we are here, and this is the Daily Go Getimism Show, Throwback Thursday. Let's get real about relationships Thursday, and I'm so glad to be here. Listen, let's rock. Tonight on the Daily Go Getimism Show, we are talking about the problems with being single too long. The problem with being single too long. Who knows what I'm talking about when I say the problems with being single too long? See, when you've been single for a long time, more than likely you have left the dating scene, the dating pool, being in a relationship, getting divorced. You probably left that all behind to get yourself together. Maybe your heart was broken. Maybe, you lost money. Maybe someone that you really, really were in love with passed away. Whatever the case is, a lot of people when they stop dating, they do so in order to get their lives together, to get their minds together, to get their hearts back intact, to get their mental state back in a state of stability. Shanique Brown, what's going on, my good to see you and also Care Bear. What up, y'all? So yeah, when people leave the dating scene, I don't really want to say the dating scene because I don't want to sound like, we all just living our lives just to try to hook up or whatever. And that's what I think about when I think about the dating scene. But love, when you're looking for love, and I believe that everybody is looking for love, even if they aren't directly looking for it. They're probably hoping that it'll fall out of the sky right into their lap, land on their face, and cover it, But, after you've been frustrated and disappointed by a bunch of relationships that didn't go in the direction that you probably wanted it to go, you probably said, you know what, I'm just going to let this thing air out for a while. And you may not have had sex for a while. You may not have gotten serious with anybody for a while. Maybe you are just the monogamous type of person and you haven't found anybody to match that type of energy. Maybe you haven't found somebody to match the type of energy that you are willing to give, that you are willing to share. And so when you've been single for a long time, when you have been super single, like, yo, I'm not dating nobody, seeing nobody, ain't nobody blowing up my phone, I'm not exchanging text messages, I'm not having lunch in the daytime, no daytime lunch dates, no dinner dates, no nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like my phone will ring and you can answer it. It ain't gonna be nothing but my kids, maybe my mom, business, something like that. But I'm not dealing with it. And it's okay. It's okay to be frustrated. It's okay to be pissed off with the way things have gone. It's okay to be disenchanted with a situation that you have been a part of. So the thing is, once you have gone months, years without dating, without being in love, without entertaining suitors, without even trying to hook up or be a part of anything like that, you probably have experienced a spiritual awakening. Maybe you got right with God. Maybe you have lost weight. Maybe you have saved money, started to concentrate on your business. And I don't mean just like your business as far as money is concerned. Maybe you have taken care of financial, personal, and health matters. And to be honest, a lot of people stop dating or loving for health reasons. Maybe they figure, well, I can't find anybody that really just wants to be with me, and I'm not trying to be worried about who they're dealing with and if they're bringing me home something or whatever, So then, and that's a personal thing, and nobody can judge you, or people can judge you, but it doesn't make their judgment fact or true or whatever. The thing is, once you start to get yourself together, the repairs that you have made on the inside start to show on the outside. However, it's only going to show for you towards others on the outside. The outside probably hasn't gone through that spiritual awakening. They probably haven't improved themselves. They probably haven't done the groundwork, the inside work, the internal building that you have done. So what happens when you're ready to finally step back out? When you're finally ready to give somebody a chance? When you're finally ready to say, okay, well, I learned a lot during my time off. And I learned a lot during my time off about the time that I had in. So I think I want to do things a little bit different. See, you're ready. You're ready to communicate your expectations and even offer the best part of yourself. You may have gotten yourself prepared for whatever comes. However, you probably have lofty expectations about what should come because you're going to be careful about what you're going to let in. So that's where things can get a little dicey. That's where it can get a little tricky. And that's where you may find yourself ready to go back in after coming outside. You done came outside after the pandemic. You ready to go back inside. Like, yo, it's bad outside. It's bad outside. When I went inside, there were stores. I came back outside. Ain't no stores. Ain't nothing. Everything is online, including the dating scene. You know, you may not want to go through all of the BS that seems to display itself out there. And it's mainly because now you're better and you've expected other people to be better too, and they may not have caught up. They ain't better. They ain't even good. They're not worthy. They're not anything that you're interested in. And it may leave you scratching your head or thinking that this is really demoralizing because it doesn't seem to be anything good out there or anything that matches you. And this is all because you've gotten your shit together. And that's for people who have gotten their shit together, because you can take a long time off and not really get your shit together. I've seen it done. I've definitely known it to be done. There may be times when some people are so frustrated with the way that they've been treated, but that's not to say that the people who are frustrated with the way that they've been treated have been the people who have treated anybody else decent. And I always have to, y'all have to excuse me. I always have to go to that because everybody ain't a good person. Just because you left the scene, it doesn't mean that you were a good one. There may have been people who were ready to leave you. You may have just left before everybody else got their coat. So I just had to mention that. But nonetheless, when you've been single for a long time, you probably are expecting some really, really big things with becoming a double. Like if you want to be with me, you're going to have to, if you want to be with me, you're going to, I ain't trying to be with no bum. I've done that before, ain't doing it no more. I need you to step up to the plate, and I ain't really trying to hate. I ain't really trying to date. We gonna make short work of this. We gonna be together as soon as we kiss, but you're not getting none of this thing of mine until you show me that you're ready to be mine. And I'm a man, and I ain't trying to mess with every woman I can. I need something that will fit me because I'm getting older. Nights are getting colder. Need somebody on my back, on my shoulders. Or should I say somebody got my back, lean on my shoulder, lean on my chest. Ain't trying to test me, ain't trying to be better than me. Want to get with me? All right. That's what we're talking about tonight. Throwback Thursday. Let's get real about relationships Thursday. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure that y'all share the show. Make sure that y'all subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. This is the Daily Go Getimism Show. I'm your host, Son752, aka Omar with the and if you can't say Omar with the well, then you just say Omar with the R. So how many of y'all have done it? How many of y'all have taken years off from dating, years off from sexual activity, because you just said enough is enough. My last man, my last girl, I ain't gonna say they ruined me for the next man or woman, but what I'm gonna say is I wouldn't want another one. Not like that one. Not like that one. It's like going to go get your favorite electronic device that you've always wanted and the thing just don't work the right way. Like they must have sold me the lemon of the whole box or the whole pallet. Care Bear says, and what up, Stacy? Care Bear says, yeah, but everyone else has expectations for what they think you should be doing. Oh. I'm going to have to agree. And she also says, not caring about your personal timeline or standards. Yeah. Well, when you decide to leave something behind, you have to make certain decisions because not everybody is going to come with you. It's like quitting a band. Like, listen, you're a good band. All of the musicians are really good and talented and everything like that. But in order to make good music, you all have to be in sync. Somebody has to write the songs, and the rest of the band members have to perform them. If you don't like the person that's writing the songs because you think you can write songs that are better, then you may break off. It doesn't mean that the rest of the band won't keep making music together, and it doesn't mean that they won't be successful. And it doesn't necessarily mean that you won't be more successful than the band if you go solo. But you may be willing to take a chance on going solo. If you are going to go ahead and rock out solo, then you have to understand what comes along with being a solo artist. You may write the songs that you want, compose the music that you want, and be ready to go on tour. You got this good music and you ready to show the world what you can do. And that's all good. The thing is, you got to be ready to accept that you might not be that Lionel Richie, that Jeffrey Osborne, that Sting. Sting from the Police. That who else broke off from a band? That even an Andre 3000. You may not break off and become that big breakout star. But when you're ready to join up with a band again, you're going to have to understand that you're going to have to cooperate. Everybody didn't feel the need to go solo. You know what I mean? Everybody didn't feel the need to go solo. Joe Drake says, continuous most benevolent outcomes continuously. That's an interesting statement. Continuous most benevolent outcomes continuously. Perhaps you could explain that. And Walson, the cartoon cat, says, I'm new to the channel. Well, I appreciate you coming to the channel. Tonight, we are talking about the problems with being single for too long. So we're basically talking about when you may have decided to stop dating, stop loving, stop being in a relationship, stop offering, stop giving, and stop accepting anyone to be a mate for, maybe years, maybe double-digit years. Some people have said, no, I'm not doing this for a while. I've known people that were celibate for double-digit years, well into like damn near 20 years. Like they shut it down. They shut it down. Now imagine what they may be expecting when they finally pick up the ball and want to play again. Because, you know, the world still goes on doing what they do. But you may have changed. And you know how it is. It's like, you know what? You know what? I'm gonna compare being out of the dating scene or the loving scene for a long time to not having a job for a long time. Now, just because you don't have a job doesn't necessarily mean that you don't have a career. Maybe you decided to go into business for yourself. You don't want to work for anybody else. You want to get your hustle on, get your entrepreneurial spirit going. So you've been making your own rules. You've been paving your own way. You've been paying your own fees, and it's been working. But maybe you've decided to start working for somebody else because somebody has made you a very lucrative offer, like an offer that you couldn't refuse. Excuse me, y'all. Not only do I have allergies, but my brother been trying to get a cold. I don't know what's going on this week. You know what I mean? There's a bug going around, weather changing. I kissed the fly. Blowing trumpets over here. Please pardon me. Please pardon me. But yeah, another company may have made you an offer that you couldn't refuse. Said, you know, I know you have your own thing going on, but I'm not even going to get in the way of your own thing. But I just want you to come over here, maybe lead my crew, you know, give us some of that stuff that you have and whatever, and we're going to pay you to stack money. You know, like I said, you don't even have to stop what you have going on. Come in here for a few days, you know, tighten us up, give us your expertise. You know, we going to pay you. Start off part-time. Hopefully, you'll like it enough to come on board, maybe a partnership. Okay, so you know how it is. When you've made money on your own, doing your own thing, it's not as easy to go and work for somebody else because they're going to want you to follow their rules, their guidelines. They believe that because they're in business, even if they need you, they believe that they've been doing the right thing. They just want somebody else to come in and help them do the right things from the ideas that they've already had. So you're coming in thinking like, well, you asked for me to come here. So evidently you want me to come in here and improve things. So you see how there can be a communication breakdown. You know? Same thing with a relationship. Same thing with love. You're thinking like, well, you know, I didn't spend years being celibate or years being abstinent or years, you know, limiting myself all to just go back in and start doing the same dumb shit or making the same mistakes that I made back when I left this thing alone. Meanwhile, the person that you may be dealing with is thinking like, what is wrong with you? Why are you so uptight? I'm just trying to be with you. I'm trying to get to know you. I'm trying to get to know you so I can love you. But we're not on the same page. That person ain't been out of the dating scene for a long time. So they feeling themselves around. They feeling you out. They have a plan. They've been here. Care Bear says, I've been abstinent before because I wanted to focus on my career and sex. Oh, and sex would have been way too much of a distraction for me. Okay. Devereaux JTX says, my wife caught me with a prostitute. Any advice? Well, the advice that I could give you for having sex with a prostitute is make sure that you always use protection, latex protection. And yeah, be careful. It's dangerous out there. How did your wife possibly catch you with a prostitute? That's an interesting happenstance. Like, you took a prostitute to your house? Your wife followed you? Went to a hotel? To the car? I don't know. Okay, Care Bear says, family members and my new friends thought that I was crazy, but they also lived messy lives with messy people. She also says, Devereaux, was the prostitute cute or a crackhead? How did your wife react? Oh my goodness. Oh, the wilding. Oh, the wilding. But yeah. So just like if you had decided to go in business for yourself, or even if you've been fired from a job and you spend months or even up to a year or more years living off of your savings or whatever, and you decide to go back to work, you probably, if you were really frustrated, pissed off, angry about the way that you had to leave your last job, you're probably either going to come back to this new job or go to this new job, start this new job with the attitude that you're not going to do any of the things that got you fired, or you're going to say, no, I think I learned a lot of lessons about why I was let go, and I'm going to make sure that I protect myself from being let go again. One thing about being out of work for a long time, you start to really soul search. You really start to think about what stopped your income. Because having your income stop does not make you strong and confident and rebellious. It makes you start thinking and asking yourself, so ain't nobody gonna give me a job? Nobody wants to work with me? You start thinking like, yeah, I gotta make some changes. Because evidently, even though I may have liked the person that I was, the right people are not liking it, and it's getting me into trouble. So, same thing with a relationship. But you may, you know how some people leave a relationship and they blame the person that they were in a relationship for everything that ever happened to them. They start blaming them for things that don't even exist. You know, taking no accountability. No accountability. No, I was good to him. No, I was good to her. No, I did everything. All I wanted to do was love her. All I wanted to do was help her. All I wanted to do was build a family. All I wanted to do was be with him. All I wanted to do. All I wanted to do. When you actually believe that about yourself, you become a really difficult person to deal with. You know, because when you fail to acknowledge your accountability or acknowledge your part, your role in anything that has not worked out, people are going to notice it. They're going to notice it, and they're probably going to take issue with it. You know, they're probably going to take issue with it. So you kind of have to be careful. You kind of have to be careful. Okay. So yeah, these are some of the problems with being single for too long. There are even more problems. Like, what if you're single and you're still of childbearing age? So let's say you stop dating in your late 20s. Maybe you stop dating for 2, 3, 4 years, but maybe you don't have any children, or maybe you had a child or two and wanted to just focus on raising your babies, getting them out of infancy or the toddler stages. But maybe you still want to have another child. So you go back to the dating scene or the loving scene, expecting that you'll meet someone who wants to have children. And what if they don't? What if they're not on the same page with that? You might fall in love with somebody who already has a lot of children. Like, we ain't got enough room for another child. Like, a woman might fall in love with a man who actually takes care of his children, his multiple children. Maybe he has 4 or 5 children. About 4 or 5 women. And he actually pays his way. He actually takes care of all his children. But he's like, nah, I'm good. I'm good, man. My check can't take another hit. And you like, well, I'll help you out. We'll be together. But if we really love each other, shouldn't we have a child together? Even though you love my child or my children, I love yours. But I think we owe it to all of our children to have one of our own. Or the man might say that to you. Maybe you didn't want to have no more children. He was like, man, I'm one paycheck away from getting my tubes tied. I'm ready to get a hysterectomy. I ain't even got cervical cancer. I don't care. Take it out. 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 Show that puts, remove that pussy. Remove that pussy, baby. Move. Okay. All right. But really, so you may not find somebody that's in agreement with you about building families. Religion. Maybe during your time off, you decided to get right with God. You got baptized, found Jesus, got saved, took your shahada. All praises due to Allah. And of course, when you do something like that, you want to be with somebody who's on that same spiritual plane as you. Somebody who understands those religious principles. Somebody who's disciplined the way you have disciplined yourself. And somebody might be a Muslim, but he like a bag of pork rinds every now and then. Like, what you doing? But yeah. So when you've been single for a long time, your expectations may not be in line with everything that's going on out there. And because you have made it by yourself for so long, it may be harder for you to understand why it's so difficult outside. Why don't people want to learn what you have to teach? Why don't they want to hear what you are turning up loud? What's going on? That shit can have you like, it can have you like, it's the end of the world. Problems with being single for too long. Health concerns. What if you stopped dating because you really had some health issues? Dealing with an illness. And maybe the person that you were with didn't seem to want to take that ride with you. So you took it by yourself. but you made it. But you may not be all the way out of the woods, and you want somebody who would stick in there and help you through that rough time should it happen again, like having cancer in remission. You don't want somebody that's just going to run out on you and offer no support because you're not 100% healthy. It's tough. Care Bear says, I've seen people be single so long that they get used to being alone and end up not desiring a mate. That can happen too. It's like one of those things, like I've gotten along so long without it that I don't really think I need it. And that can be sad because all living things need love and affection. All living things do. But human beings are the only ones who will tell themselves that they don't need something just because it doesn't kill them not to have it. So some of the most essential, basically essential things become trivial in our minds. Like, it's not going to have any effect on my life expectancy. So what difference does it make? Well, you don't even know if it has any effect on our life expectancy. How about we should expect our lives to be halfway decent? Let's do these birthday shout outs. We have some birthday shout outs to do. Some people were born on this glorious November 9th, and they deserve to be acknowledged. So let's go about our business of acknowledging them and making them feel special because they are special because they are special because they are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. Look at the R-E-S-P-E-C-C. They are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. Look at the R-E-S-P-E-C-C. They are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. Look at the R-E-S-P-E-C-C. They get number one out the box, Dan Dupree. Happy birthday to you. And Jessica Pitts turning 51 years old today. Happy birthday to you. And also Minerva McIntyre. No relation. But what up, guys? What's going on? Turning 54 years old today. And Alexandra Nelson turning 32 years old today. And Rashika Mills turning 40 years old today. And Lashana Monique Khan turning 48 years old today. And go get her, our girl Dana Cherry. Cinderella Dane. Happy birthday to you. And also Andre Devon Chambers turning 34 years old today. And Olivia Hall, happy birthday to you. And Enrio Reyes, happy birthday to you. And Rossi Ladura Garcia turning 30 years old today. And Carla Campusano, happy birthday to you. And also my girl Adana Pitts down there in DC, happy birthday to you. And Nakia Ellis Chavis turning 44 years old today. And last but not least, my girl LaCrush Hearts, happy birthday to you. I want to say happy birthday to all of y'all. And I hope that today finds you all in good health, happiness, mind, body, soul, and spirit. And that goes out to each and every person born out there on this glorious November 9th, anywhere out there in the world, worldwide, internationally, and universally. All of y'all go ahead and turn up. But don't turn up too loud. Just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. Rock out, rock on and do the damn, the rock out, rock on and do the damn, rock out, rock on and do the damn thing. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind. And anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours, and remember, man, listen. Hopefully, if you have decided to become single for a long time, it was because that's what you wanted to do and that's what you thought was best. It's never a bad thing or the wrong thing to do than to work on yourself. Working on yourself is always a good thing, especially if you're the type of person who works on yourself for the purpose of being better for somebody else. Because sometimes some things are bigger than ourselves. But if you're going to get back out there, just understand that not everybody has gone through the same process as you have gone through. And that if you expect somebody to tolerate you, accept you, and even value you, you're going to have to do the same thing and be willing to do the same things with somebody else. You're going to have to accept them. You're going to have to want them. You're going to have to value them. And you're going to have to respect them. Respect the things that they have learned, the way that they are, the same way that you would want to be respected in that same regard. And hopefully, through that mutual attraction and respect, y'all can come together. And even come together, like, oh my God. Oh, fuck being single. Fuck everything. Fuck me. Peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. I love y'all to death, resuscitate y'all, and love y'all right back to life. We will be back tomorrow night for another Daily Go Getimism show. Probably a little later than this one, but we gonna be here. We gonna be here. It's the daily go get up missing show. And I holla back, y'all. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Make sure that y'all share the show. Make sure that y'all subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. And thanks for coming through, new people. Peace. All right.